Daily Astrology Horoscope March 2nd, 2025 Planets and Signs. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd. Let's take a look at the planetary positions and how they influence your day. The Sun remains in Pisces, activating your first house of self, appearance, and identity. With the Sun still in your sign, Pisces, you may feel a stronger urge to focus on your personal needs and how you present yourself to the world. Today, you could find yourself reflecting on who you are and how you express your individuality. It's a time for self-discovery, creative expression, and possibly making changes to your image. However, be cautious of getting too lost in idealism or being overly influenced by external expectations. The Moon is in Aries, moving through your second house of finances, possessions, and values. The Moon in Aries brings an emotional focus on your material world, including your finances and personal possessions. You may feel impulsive when it comes to spending or acquiring things today. This could be a good time to take action in securing your financial future or reassessing what you truly value. However, the Moon in Aries can sometimes bring impatience or rash decisions, so be mindful of your emotional reactions when dealing with money or material things. Mercury is in Aquarius, influencing your 12th house of spirituality, subconscious, and hidden matters. Mercury in Aquarius stimulates your inner world, inviting you to explore your subconscious thoughts and deeper feelings. Today, your mind may be more focused on introspection, meditation, or working through unresolved issues. Your communication may be more analytical or detached when dealing with private matters. If you've been keeping secrets or working on a project behind the scenes, this could be a good time to tie up loose ends. However, avoid getting too caught up in overthinking or allowing the intellect to dominate your emotional state. Venus is in Pisces, activating your first house of self, appearance, and identity. Venus continues its journey through your sign, bringing beauty, charm, and a soft, artistic energy to your personal expression. You may feel a stronger desire to beautify yourself or engage in creative activities today. Your relationships and interactions with others may feel more harmonious, as Venus in Pisces encourages compassion and empathy. However, be mindful of over-idealizing others or neglecting practical matters in favor of chasing a dream or illusion. Mars is in Gemini, influencing your 8th house of transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. Mars in Gemini continues to energize your approach to deep, emotional matters. You may feel motivated to pursue deep connections or dive into personal transformation. This is an excellent time to explore shared financial matters or make important decisions about investments or joint resources. You may also feel a stronger desire for intellectual stimulation in your intimate relationships. However, be cautious of restlessness or inconsistency in your approach to sensitive topics, as Mars in Gemini can make it hard to settle on a single course of action. Jupiter is in Taurus, activating your 3rd house of communication, learning, and local environment. Jupiter in Taurus expands your mind and encourages you to learn, communicate, and connect with your immediate environment. You may feel a burst of curiosity or a desire to express yourself more openly today. This is an excellent time to engage in meaningful conversations, pursue knowledge, or learn something new. Your social connections and community interactions may also experience growth. However, be mindful of overindulgence in socializing or becoming too focused on material gain through your interactions. Saturn is in Pisces, influencing your 1st house of self, appearance, and identity. Saturn in Pisces brings a grounding and disciplined energy to your personal identity and self-expression. While the Sun and Venus in Pisces encourage creativity and self-exploration, Saturn asks you to build a solid foundation for your future. You may feel a strong sense of responsibility today in terms of how you present yourself and how your personal identity aligns with your long-term goals. This is a time for realistic planning and making choices that will help you grow and mature. However, Saturn's influence can sometimes feel restrictive or heavy, so take care not to become overly self-critical. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your 3rd house of communication, learning, and local environment. Uranus in Taurus brings unexpected changes to your communication and learning environment. You may experience sudden insights or shifts in how you relate to others or how you learn new things. This is a time to embrace new ideas and innovative approaches to communication. However, Uranus energy can also bring unpredictability or disruptions, so be prepared for surprising events or conversations that could change your perspective. Neptune is in Pisces, continuing to influence your first house of self, appearance, and identity. Neptune in Pisces enhances your spiritual, creative, and compassionate side. You may feel a stronger connection to your dreams, intuition, and inner world today. This is a time to trust your inner guidance and express yourself with authenticity. However, Neptune can sometimes create confusion or a lack of clarity, so be cautious of over-idealizing yourself or others. Strive to stay grounded and avoid becoming disillusioned with your reality. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your 10th house of career, reputation, and public life. Pluto in Capricorn continues its deep transformative energy on your professional life and public image. You may feel a stronger drive to transform your career or take control of your professional path. This is a time to make powerful changes in your career, whether it's through personal reinvention or by taking on more responsibility. Pluto's energy can sometimes bring power struggles or intense challenges, so be mindful of control issues or an overwhelming desire to dominate in your professional environment. In summary, March 2nd brings a mix of introspection, self-expression, and transformation for you. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your first house, focusing on your personal identity and how you present yourself. The Moon in Aries brings emotional energy to your finances and possessions, while Mercury in Aquarius invites you to explore your subconscious and spiritual world. Mars in Gemini energizes deep transformations, particularly in shared resources or intimate relationships. Jupiter in Taurus expands your communication and learning opportunities, while Saturn in Pisces encourages discipline in self-expression. Uranus in Taurus brings unexpected shifts in your local environment, and Pluto in Capricorn continues to transform your career and public life. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd, Aries. Let's explore the planetary positions and how they affect you today. The Sun is in Pisces, influencing your 12th house of spirituality, the subconscious, and hidden matters. With the Sun in your 12th house, you may feel a strong pull toward introspection, quiet reflection, and spiritual exploration. This is a time to focus on inner growth, meditation, or confronting any hidden emotions. You may be more sensitive to your inner world, and it's a good time for activities like journaling or healing. However, be cautious of over-idealizing situations or retreating too much into isolation. The Moon is in Aries, activating your first house of self, appearance, and identity. The Moon in your sign brings an emotional focus on your personal expression and how you present yourself to others. Your emotions may feel more intense today, and you could be driven to take action on personal goals or assert your independence. This is a good time to put your needs first, but be mindful of impulsiveness or acting without thinking, as the Moon in Aries can make you reactive. Mercury is in Aquarius, influencing your 11th house of friendships, social networks, and long-term goals. Mercury in Aquarius stimulates communication with your friends, groups, and the community. You may feel inspired to share ideas or connect with like-minded individuals today. It's a good time to exchange thoughts and collaborate with others on projects or causes that align with your future aspirations. However, be mindful of being too detached or intellectual when dealing with personal connections. Try not to come across as overly cold or distant. Venus is in Pisces, activating your 12th house of spirituality, subconscious, and hidden matters. Venus in your 12th house can bring a deep, hidden longing for love, beauty, or harmony. You may feel a strong desire to retreat and connect with your inner world, focusing on your spiritual needs or engaging in quiet acts of self-care. This is a time when you may feel more sensitive to the energies around you, and your intuition is heightened. However, Be careful of over-idealizing relationships or seeking love in places where it may not be fulfilling. Mars is in Gemini, influencing your third house of communication, learning, and local environment. Mars in Gemini brings energy to how you communicate and express your ideas. You may feel motivated to engage in conversations or learn something new today. Your mind is sharp, and you may be eager to start new intellectual projects or express your thoughts more boldly. However, Mars in Gemini can also bring restlessness, so be cautious of jumping between tasks or feeling scattered. Focus your energy on one thing at a time to avoid burnout. Jupiter is in Taurus, influencing your second house of finances, possessions, and values. Jupiter in Taurus brings opportunities for growth and expansion in your financial and material world. You may feel inspired to make long-term investments or seek out new ways to secure your financial future. Your values may also shift, and you may feel a greater desire to build a more stable and comfortable life. However, be cautious of overindulgence or becoming too focused on material gain at the expense of other areas of your life. Saturn is in Pisces, continuing its influence on your 12th house of spirituality and the subconscious. Saturn in Pisces asks you to take a more disciplined approach to your spiritual practices and inner work. You may feel the need to establish more structure in how you engage with your deeper emotions or spiritual beliefs. This is a time to confront any unconscious patterns or fears that may have been holding you back. While Saturn's energy can feel restrictive, it offers the opportunity for lasting transformation if you are willing to put in the work. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your second house of finances and values. Uranus in Taurus brings sudden, unexpected changes to your financial situation or your approach to material possessions. You may experience breakthroughs in how you earn money or discover new ways to manage your resources. This is a time to embrace unconventional approaches to finances or seek out innovative opportunities for growth. However, be prepared for sudden shifts that could feel disruptive. Flexibility will be key. Neptune is in Pisces, influencing your 12th house of spirituality, subconscious, and hidden matters. Neptune's continued presence in your 12th house heightens your sensitivity to the unseen world and your inner needs. You may find yourself more tuned into your intuition, dreams, and creative instincts. This is a time for healing and personal growth, but be mindful of confusion or escapism. Neptune can blur boundaries, so make sure to stay grounded and avoid getting lost in illusions or unrealistic expectations. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your 10th house of career, reputation, and public life. Pluto's presence in your 10th house continues to bring deep transformation to your professional life. You may feel a strong drive to make changes in your career or public image. Power struggles or intense shifts in your career trajectory could occur, but these changes may be necessary for long-term growth and empowerment. This is a time to embrace your personal power and take charge of your professional future. However, be aware of potential control issues or challenges with authority figures. In summary, March 2nd brings a focus on your inner world, personal identity, and material security, Aries. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your 12th house, encouraging self-reflection, spirituality, and inner healing. The Moon in Aries brings emotional energy to your personal expression, while Mercury in Aquarius stimulates your communication with friends and groups. Mars in Gemini energizes your intellectual pursuits, and Jupiter in Taurus brings opportunities for growth in your financial life. Saturn in Pisces calls for discipline in your spiritual and emotional practices, while Uranus in Taurus brings unexpected changes to your material world. Neptune in Pisces enhances your intuitive abilities, and Pluto in Capricorn continues to transform your career and public life. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd, Taurus. Let's take a look at the planetary positions and how they affect you today. The Sun is in Pisces, activating your 11th house of friendships, social networks, and long-term goals. With the Sun in your 11th house, today brings a focus on your connections with friends, groups, and communities. You may feel a stronger desire to spend time with like-minded people or to work toward your long-term aspirations. This is an ideal time to express your individuality within your social circles or focus on collective goals. However, be cautious of becoming too idealistic about group dynamics or putting too much energy into goals that may not align with your true needs. The moon is in Aries, influencing your 10th house of career, reputation, and public life. The moon in Aries brings an emotional focus on your professional life and public image. You may feel driven to take action in your career or make changes to how you are perceived in the world. Your emotions could be strongly tied to your ambitions today, and you may feel the need to make bold moves. However, the moon in Aries can also bring impulsiveness, so be mindful of acting hastily in matters related to your career or public reputation. Mercury is in Aquarius, activating your 10th house of career, reputation, and public life. Mercury's influence on your 10th house brings a sharp focus on communication within your professional life. You may feel motivated to speak up, share your ideas, or engage in important discussions related to your career or public image. This is a good time to negotiate, network, or clarify your long-term career goals. However, be cautious of coming across as too detached or impersonal in your communication, as Mercury in Aquarius can make you seem overly intellectual or distant. Venus is in Pisces, influencing your 11th house of friendships, social networks, and long-term goals. Venus in Pisces enhances your social life and brings a sense of harmony to your friendships and group activities. You may feel more drawn to compassionate, artistic, or spiritual pursuits within your social circles. This is a good time to connect with others on a deeper level or to engage in creative collaborations. However, be careful of becoming overly idealistic about your relationships with friends or groups, as Venus in Pisces can sometimes create unrealistic expectations. Mars is in Gemini, influencing your 2nd house of finances, possessions, and values. Mars in Gemini brings energy to your financial situation, motivating you to take action in securing your resources or making changes to how you handle money. You may feel inspired to explore new ways to earn money or invest in your possessions. This is a good time for taking proactive steps toward financial security. However, Mars in Gemini can also bring restlessness, so try to avoid making impulsive financial decisions or jumping from one idea to another without a clear plan. Jupiter is in Taurus, influencing your 1st house of self, appearance, and identity. Jupiter's energy in your sign brings opportunities for personal growth, expansion, and self-expression. You may feel more confident and optimistic about yourself and your future. This is an excellent time to focus on your physical appearance or engage in activities that help you build confidence. However, Jupiter's influence can also encourage overindulgence or excess, so be mindful of balancing your desires with practicality. Saturn is in Pisces, continuing to influence your 11th house of friendships, social networks, and long-term goals. Saturn in your 11th house brings a serious, disciplined approach to your social life and aspirations. You may feel a stronger sense of responsibility toward your friends, group activities, or long-term goals today. It's a good time to focus on building stable, long-term connections or to work toward your future ambitions with structure and perseverance. However, Saturn can sometimes bring feelings of restriction or loneliness in social settings, so be mindful of balancing your need for companionship with your desire for personal achievement. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your 1st house of self, appearance, and identity. Uranus in your sign continues to bring sudden, unexpected changes to your personal identity and how you present yourself to the world. You may feel a strong urge to reinvent yourself, take risks, or make bold changes in your life today. This is a time to embrace your individuality and be open to new ideas and perspectives. However, Uranus can also bring unpredictability, so be prepared for sudden shifts or surprises that could challenge your sense of stability. Neptune is in Pisces, activating your 11th house of friendships, social networks, and long-term goals. Neptune in your 11th house enhances your dreams, ideals, and imagination when it comes to friendships and group activities. You may feel a deeper connection to your social networks or be inspired by your long-term goals. This is a time to engage with creative or spiritual groups that align with your values. However, Neptune can sometimes create confusion or disillusionment, so be cautious of idealizing your friendships or long-term aspirations in ways that may not be practical. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your 9th house of higher education, travel, and philosophy. Pluto continues to bring deep transformation to your beliefs, philosophy, and approach to education. You may feel compelled to expand your horizons, whether that means pursuing higher learning, traveling, or transforming your worldview. This is a time to explore new ideas or challenge your existing beliefs. However, Pluto's influence can bring intense changes or power struggles in these areas, so be mindful of potential conflicts or transformative shifts in how you see the world. In summary, March 2nd brings a focus on your social life, career, and personal identity, Taurus. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your 11th house, emphasizing friendships, group dynamics, and long-term goals. The Moon in Aries brings emotional energy to your career and public image, while Mercury in Aquarius sharpens your communication within professional settings. Mars in Gemini energizes your financial world, and Jupiter in Taurus expands your sense of self. Saturn in Pisces calls for discipline in your social and aspirational pursuits, while Uranus in Taurus brings unexpected changes to your personal identity. Neptune in Pisces enhances your idealism in friendships, and Pluto in Capricorn continues its transformation of your higher beliefs and philosophical outlook. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd, Gemini. Let's explore the planetary positions and how they affect you today. The Sun is in Pisces, influencing your 10th house of career, reputation, and public life. With the Sun in your 10th house, today brings a focus on your professional goals and public image. You may feel a stronger urge to shine in your career or make strides toward long-term success. This is an excellent time to take center stage, receive recognition, or align your actions with your higher aspirations. However, be cautious of getting too caught up in external validation or overextending yourself for approval. The Moon is in Aries, activating your 9th house of higher education, travel, and philosophy. The Moon in Aries stirs your emotional need for exploration and growth. You may feel a surge of excitement or impatience to expand your horizons, whether that's through travel, learning, or pursuing new experiences. This is a good time to dive into new knowledge or engage in activities that challenge your beliefs. However, the Moon in Aries can bring a restless energy, so be mindful of acting impulsively or rushing into things without fully thinking them through. Mercury is in Aquarius, influencing your 9th house of higher education, travel, and philosophy. Mercury's energy in Aquarius sharpens your mind and invites intellectual exploration. You may feel inspired to dive into new ideas, study different philosophies, or communicate with people from different cultures. This is an excellent time to expand your mental horizons, share innovative ideas, or engage in discussions that challenge your worldview. However, be mindful of becoming too detached or theoretical in your thinking, and try to stay grounded in practical reality. Venus is in Pisces, influencing your 10th house of career, reputation, and public life. Venus in your 10th house brings a focus on harmony and charm in your professional life. You may feel more inclined to work on your public image or engage in creative endeavors related to your career. Relationships with authority figures or colleagues may be more harmonious, and you could find it easier to gain approval or recognition for your work. However, Venus in Pisces can sometimes create a tendency to idealize your career path, so be cautious of unrealistic expectations or over-romanticizing your professional life. Mars is in Gemini, activating your 1st house of self, appearance, and identity. Mars in your sign energizes your personal expression and drives you to take action toward your goals. You may feel more assertive, motivated, and ready to tackle challenges head-on. This is a time when you can make bold moves and take initiative in your life. However, Mars in Gemini can also bring restlessness or inconsistency, so be mindful of scattering your energy or acting impulsively without a clear direction. Jupiter is in Taurus, influencing your 12th house of spirituality, subconscious, and hidden matters. Jupiter in your 12th house brings opportunities for spiritual growth, inner healing, and exploration of the subconscious. You may feel more drawn to introspection, meditation, or private pursuits that help you connect with your deeper self. This is an excellent time to explore your intuition, engage in spiritual practices, or work on resolving unconscious patterns. However, be cautious of overindulgence in escapism or withdrawing too much from the external world in favor of inner exploration. Saturn is in Pisces, continuing to influence your 10th house of career, reputation, and public life. Saturn in your 10th house brings a more disciplined and structured approach to your career and public image. You may feel a strong sense of responsibility toward your professional goals or a need to establish long-term stability in your career. This is a time to work hard, build a solid foundation, and take on leadership roles if possible. However, Saturn's influence can feel restrictive, so be mindful of feeling overwhelmed by pressure or authority figures in your professional life. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your 12th house of spirituality, subconscious, and hidden matters. Uranus in your 12th house can bring sudden insights or unexpected changes in your inner world. You may experience breakthroughs in your understanding of your subconscious mind or find that your spiritual practices are evolving in unconventional ways. This is a time to embrace new methods of inner exploration, but be mindful of unexpected emotional revelations that may feel unsettling or disruptive. Neptune is in Pisces, activating your 10th house of career, reputation, and public life. Neptune's energy in your 10th house enhances your creativity, intuition, and vision when it comes to your professional life. You may feel more inspired to pursue artistic or spiritual career paths or to align your work with your deeper values. However, Neptune can also create confusion or illusions in your career, so be cautious of over-idealizing your professional life or neglecting practical details. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your 8th house of transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. Pluto in your 8th house continues to bring deep, transformative energy to areas of life related to shared resources, intimacy, and personal growth. You may feel a stronger drive to dig deep into your emotional or financial matters and confront any underlying issues that require change. This is a time of intense transformation, but it can also bring power struggles or challenges around shared assets or intimate connections. Embrace change, but be mindful of your emotional boundaries. In summary, March 2nd brings a focus on your career, personal identity, and inner growth, Gemini. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your 10th house of career and public life, emphasizing your professional image and relationships. The Moon in Aries brings emotional energy to your 9th house of travel, education, and philosophy, urging you to expand your horizons. Mercury in Aquarius enhances your intellectual pursuits in the same area, while Mars in Gemini energizes your personal expression and actions. Jupiter in Taurus brings spiritual and subconscious growth, while Saturn in Pisces calls for discipline and structure in your professional life. Uranus in Taurus brings unexpected insights in your spiritual world, and Neptune in Pisces enhances your intuition in career matters. Pluto in Capricorn continues to transform your emotional and financial world. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd, Cancer. Let's take a look at the planetary positions and how they affect you today. The Sun is in Pisces, influencing your 9th house of higher education, travel, and philosophy. With the Sun in your 9th house, today brings a focus on expanding your horizons. You may feel a strong pull toward learning something new, exploring different cultures, or traveling. Your intellectual and spiritual growth is emphasized, and you may feel a sense of adventure or curiosity about the world. This is a good time to pursue higher education, engage in deep philosophical discussions, or explore new ideas. However, be cautious of overextending yourself or becoming too idealistic in your quest for knowledge. The moon is in Aries, activating your 8th house of transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. The moon in Aries brings an emotional focus on deep, transformative experiences. You may feel a strong desire for emotional intensity or to connect on a deeper level with others. This is a time when you might confront issues around shared resources, power dynamics, or intimacy. Your emotional reactions may be intense, and you could feel a need to release old emotional baggage. However, the moon in Aries can also make you more impulsive, so try to avoid acting too hastily in matters of trust or shared resources. Mercury is in Aquarius, influencing your 9th house of higher education, travel, and philosophy. Mercury's energy in Aquarius enhances your intellectual pursuits and communication regarding long-term goals or your broader perspective on life. You may feel inspired to engage in thought-provoking discussions, plan travel, or deepen your understanding of the world around you. This is an excellent time to study or explore ideas that challenge your beliefs or expand your view of reality. However, be cautious of detaching too much from your emotions or coming across as too intellectual or distant in conversations. Venus is in Pisces, influencing your 9th house of higher education, travel, and philosophy. Venus in Pisces enhances your sense of beauty, creativity, and love in areas related to your intellectual or spiritual pursuits. You may feel a stronger desire to connect with others on a deeper, more compassionate level, especially when it comes to sharing ideas or engaging in cultural exploration. This is a time to seek out experiences that inspire you or bring you joy. However, be cautious of idealizing travel, education, or relationships, as Venus in Pisces can sometimes blur boundaries or create unrealistic expectations. Mars is in Gemini, activating your 12th house of spirituality, subconscious, and hidden matters. Mars in your 12th house brings an energetic focus on your inner world and subconscious desires. You may feel motivated to work through hidden fears or emotions or engage in spiritual or psychological work that helps you understand your deeper self. This is a good time to release any emotional blockages or explore unconscious patterns that need attention. However, be mindful of acting in secret or being overly impulsive in matters that are hidden from others, as this could lead to unnecessary conflicts. Jupiter is in Taurus, influencing your 11th house of friendships, social networks, and long-term goals. Jupiter's influence in your 11th house brings growth and expansion in your social life and aspirations. You may find that new opportunities for connection or collaboration arise today. This is a time to focus on building long-term relationships or engaging in group activities that align with your values and goals. Jupiter also encourages optimism, so you may feel more confident about your future. However, be careful of overextending yourself or becoming too focused on quantity over quality in your social connections. Saturn is in Pisces, continuing to influence your 9th house of higher education, travel, and philosophy. Saturn in your 9th house brings a more disciplined and structured approach to your intellectual and spiritual pursuits. You may feel a sense of responsibility toward expanding your knowledge or pursuing higher education. This is a time to work hard toward your long-term goals, but be mindful of feeling restricted or limited by traditional systems of belief or education. Saturn can also bring a more serious attitude toward travel or philosophical exploration, so take a practical approach to these areas. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your 11th house of friendships, social networks, and long-term goals. Uranus in your 11th house continues to bring sudden, unexpected changes in your social life and aspirations. You may find that your social circle or long-term goals shift unexpectedly, or you may feel drawn to unconventional or progressive causes. This is a time for embracing individuality within your friendships and community, and you may find yourself connecting with people who challenge your current way of thinking. However, be prepared for the unexpected, as Uranus can bring surprising developments in your social life. Neptune is in Pisces, activating your 9th house of higher education, travel, and philosophy. Neptune in your ninth house enhances your imagination, intuition, and spiritual connection when it comes to learning, travel, and expanding your horizons. You may feel more spiritually inclined or seek out experiences that feed your soul and broaden your understanding of the world. This is a time for creative exploration and seeking a deeper meaning in life. However, Neptune can also create confusion or illusions, so be mindful of unrealistic expectations or idealizing travel, education, or philosophical pursuits. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. Pluto's continued influence on your seventh house brings deep transformation to your one-on-one relationships. You may feel a powerful drive to change or evolve your connections with significant others, whether in business or personal matters. This is a time when power dynamics in relationships may shift, or you may undergo intense personal growth through your partnerships. However, Pluto can also bring power struggles or control issues, so be mindful of the balance of power in your relationships. In summary, March 2nd brings a focus on your personal growth, relationships, and intellectual pursuits, Cancer. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your ninth house of higher education, travel, and philosophy, encouraging you to expand your horizons. The Moon in Aries activates your eighth house of transformation and intimacy, bringing emotional depth to your connections. Mercury in Aquarius enhances your intellectual pursuits, while Mars in Gemini energizes your inner world and subconscious. Jupiter in Taurus brings opportunities in your social life and long-term goals, while Saturn in Pisces calls for discipline in your intellectual and spiritual growth. Uranus in Taurus brings sudden changes in your social network, and Neptune in Pisces enhances your intuition in areas of learning and travel. Pluto in Capricorn continues to transform your partnerships and relationships. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd, Leo. Let's explore the planetary positions and how they affect you today. The Sun is in Pisces, influencing your eighth house of transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. With the Sun in your eighth house, today brings a focus on deep, transformative experiences. You may feel a stronger need to connect on an emotional level with others or dive into matters of shared resources, such as finances or investments. This is a time to confront any issues surrounding power dynamics, trust, or intimacy. The Sun's presence here encourages growth through change, but be mindful of allowing emotions to overwhelm you. This is also a period when hidden desires or secrets may surface, prompting you to explore what lies beneath the surface. The Moon is in Aries, activating your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. The Moon in Aries brings an emotional focus on your one-on-one connections. You may feel more impulsive or assertive in your relationships today. This is a time to take action, whether that means asserting your needs in a partnership or initiating a new connection. However, the Moon in Aries can also make you emotionally reactive, so be mindful of potential conflicts or clashes with others. Your emotional responses may be quick and intense, so it's important to approach relationships with balance. Mercury is in Aquarius, influencing your eighth house of transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. Mercury in your eighth house brings a sharp intellectual focus to matters related to shared resources, intimacy, or deep psychological exploration. You may feel more inclined to discuss financial matters, investments, or explore hidden aspects of your relationships. This is an excellent time to have honest and open conversations about things that may have been kept in the dark. However, be cautious of being too detached or overly analytical when it comes to emotionally charged situations. Venus is in Pisces, influencing your eighth house of transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. Venus in your eighth house enhances your ability to connect deeply with others on an emotional and spiritual level. This is a time to seek harmony in your intimate relationships and to focus on building trust and understanding. If you are in a close partnership, you may feel more drawn to explore emotional or financial matters together. However, be cautious of idealizing or romanticizing the deeper aspects of your relationships, as Venus in Pisces can sometimes blur boundaries or create unrealistic expectations. Mars is in Gemini, activating your 11th house of friendships, social networks, and long-term goals. Mars in your 11th house energizes your social life and your pursuit of long-term aspirations. You may feel motivated to take action toward achieving your goals or to connect with like-minded individuals who share your interests. This is a time to take initiative in group activities or in advancing a cause you are passionate about. However, Mars in Gemini can also bring a scattered energy, so be mindful of jumping between projects or commitments without fully following through. Jupiter is in Taurus, influencing your 10th house of career, reputation, and public life. Jupiter's presence in your 10th house brings expansion and growth to your career and public image. You may find that new opportunities arise in your professional life, or that your reputation receives a boost. This is a time to take bold steps toward your long-term career goals, as your efforts are likely to be rewarded. However, Jupiter's expansive energy can sometimes encourage overconfidence, so be cautious of overpromising or overcommitting in your professional life. Saturn is in Pisces, continuing to influence your 8th house of transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. Saturn's influence here brings a more disciplined and structured approach to matters related to your deep emotional connections and shared resources. You may feel a sense of responsibility toward transforming your relationships or managing financial matters. This is a time to work hard at building trust, intimacy, and security in your partnerships. However, Saturn can also bring a sense of limitation or restriction, so be mindful of feeling burdened by responsibilities or power struggles in relationships. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your 10th house of career, reputation, and public life. Uranus in your 10th house continues to bring unexpected changes or disruptions to your professional life. You may experience sudden breakthroughs or shifts in your career direction, or your public image may take on a more unconventional or unique form. This is a time for embracing innovation in your professional life and for finding new ways to express yourself in your career. However, be prepared for the unexpected, as Uranus can bring surprises that shake up your sense of stability. Neptune is in Pisces, activating your 8th house of transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. Neptune's energy in your 8th house enhances your intuition and sensitivity when it comes to matters of intimacy and shared resources. You may feel more spiritually connected to your partner or feel a deeper sense of compassion and empathy in your relationships. This is a time to explore the emotional and spiritual dimensions of your partnerships. However, Neptune can also bring confusion or illusions, so be mindful of idealizing or misinterpreting the deeper aspects of your relationships. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your 6th house of work, health, and daily routines. Pluto's ongoing influence on your 6th house brings deep transformation to your daily routines, work life, and health matters. You may feel the need to overhaul your approach to work or to make significant changes in your lifestyle for the sake of your well-being. This is a time for releasing unhealthy habits or outdated work patterns and embracing a more empowered and sustainable approach to your daily life. However, Pluto's influence can also bring power struggles in the workplace, so be mindful of conflicts related to authority or control. In summary, March 2nd brings a focus on transformation, shared resources, and your career, Leo. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your 8th house of intimacy and transformation, encouraging you to dive deep into emotional or financial matters. The Moon in Aries emphasizes your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, urging you to take action in your one-on-one connections. Mercury in Aquarius sharpens your communication in intimate matters, while Mars in Gemini energizes your social life and long-term goals. Jupiter in Taurus expands your career opportunities, while Saturn in Pisces calls for discipline and structure in your emotional connections. Uranus in Taurus brings unexpected changes to your professional life, and Neptune in Pisces enhances your intuition in relationships. Pluto in Capricorn continues to transform your daily routines and work life. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd, Virgo. Let's explore the planetary positions and how they affect you today. The Sun is in Pisces, influencing your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. With the Sun in your 7th house, today brings a focus on your one-on-one connections. This is a time when your relationships, whether personal or professional, are illuminated. You may feel a stronger desire for balance, harmony, and cooperation in your partnerships. You could find yourself more focused on others' needs, seeking mutual understanding or support. This is an ideal time to strengthen bonds with significant others, negotiate agreements, or address any imbalances in your relationships. However, be cautious of losing yourself in the needs of others, and ensure your own desires are also considered. The Moon is in Aries, activating your 6th house of work, health, and daily routines. The Moon in Aries brings emotional energy to your daily life, making you feel motivated and focused on taking action in your work and health-related matters. You may feel an emotional drive to tackle tasks, improve your routines, or address any health concerns. This is a time when you can make quick progress on your to-do list or work toward improving your physical well-being. However, be mindful of impulsivity. Rushing into tasks without planning can lead to burnout or frustration. Mercury is in Aquarius, influencing your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Mercury's energy in your 7th house sharpens your communication skills in your relationships. This is an excellent time to engage in deep, intellectual conversations with your partner or to address any misunderstandings. You may find yourself wanting to discuss important matters, whether they relate to your personal or professional connections. However, Mercury in Aquarius can also bring a tendency to detach emotionally, so be cautious of coming across as too distant or analytical in sensitive conversations. Venus is in Pisces, influencing your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Venus in your 7th house enhances the love, beauty, and harmony in your one-on-one connections. This is a time to focus on nurturing your relationships, whether they are romantic, business, or close friendships. Venus encourages affection, cooperation, and understanding in your interactions. You may feel more inclined to express love or appreciation toward others. However, Venus in Pisces can also bring idealization or unrealistic expectations, so be mindful of over-romanticizing your relationships. Mars is in Gemini, activating your 10th house of career, reputation, and public life. Mars in your 10th house brings a surge of energy to your professional life and career goals. You may feel a strong drive to make progress in your career or to take on leadership roles. This is a time to assert yourself in your work and pursue your ambitions with determination. However, Mars in Gemini can also bring restlessness, so be mindful of jumping from one project to another without fully following through. Stay focused on your long-term objectives. Jupiter is in Taurus, influencing your 9th house of higher education, travel, and philosophy. Jupiter in your 9th house expands your intellectual and spiritual horizons. You may feel drawn to explore new ideas, engage in higher learning, or travel to broaden your perspective. This is a time when opportunities for personal growth through education, travel, or philosophical exploration may arise. However, Jupiter's expansive energy can sometimes lead to overindulgence or overconfidence, so be cautious of spreading yourself too thin or taking on too much at once. Saturn is in Pisces, continuing to influence your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Saturn in your 7th house brings a more serious and disciplined approach to your relationships. You may feel a sense of responsibility or commitment toward your significant partnerships. This is a time to focus on long-term stability in your relationships, whether that involves addressing any issues or taking steps toward solidifying your connections. However, Saturn can also bring a sense of limitation or restriction, so be mindful of feeling burdened or restricted by the responsibilities in your relationships. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your 9th house of higher education, travel, and philosophy. Uranus in your 9th house continues to bring unexpected changes or new insights related to your intellectual and spiritual pursuits. You may find that your perspective on life or your beliefs undergoes a sudden shift, or you may feel drawn to unconventional ways of learning or expanding your horizons. This is a time to embrace new ideas and approaches, but be prepared for unexpected revelations or opportunities that may challenge your current understanding. Neptune is in Pisces, activating your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Neptune's presence in your 7th house enhances your intuition and sensitivity in your relationships. You may feel more spiritually connected to your partner or experience a deeper sense of compassion and understanding in your one-on-one connections. This is a time when you may be more inclined to idealize your relationships or see them through rose-colored glasses. However, Neptune can also bring confusion or illusions, so be cautious of misinterpreting the dynamics in your partnerships or placing unrealistic expectations on others. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your 5th house of creativity, self-expression, and romance. Pluto's ongoing influence in your 5th house continues to bring deep transformation to your creative expression, romantic life, and connection to children or hobbies. You may feel a strong drive to explore your passions or transform how you express yourself creatively. This is a time for letting go of outdated patterns in your romantic life or pursuing your creative endeavors with intensity and focus. However, Pluto can also bring power struggles or intense emotional experiences, so be mindful of control issues in your love life or creative projects. In summary, March 2nd brings a focus on relationships, creativity, and personal growth, Virgo. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your 7th house of partnerships, emphasizing the importance of harmony, love, and communication in your connections. The Moon in Aries energizes your 6th house of work and health, encouraging you to take action in your daily routines. Mercury in Aquarius sharpens your intellectual and communicative focus in relationships, while Mars in Gemini energizes your career ambitions. Jupiter in Taurus expands your perspective through travel or higher learning, while Saturn in Pisces brings structure and responsibility to your partnerships. Uranus in Taurus continues to bring unexpected insights in your spiritual or intellectual pursuits, and Neptune in Pisces enhances your intuition in relationships. Pluto in Capricorn continues its transformative influence on your creativity and romantic life. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd, Libra. Let's take a look at the planetary positions and how they influence you today. The Sun is in Pisces, influencing your 6th house of work, health, and daily routines. With the Sun in your 6th house, today brings a focus on your daily life and well-being. You may feel more motivated to address tasks, improve your routines, or focus on your physical health. This is a good time to assess your work habits or your approach to self-care. The Sun encourages you to pay attention to the little details and make adjustments where needed. However, be mindful of overworking yourself or neglecting your emotional needs in the process. The Moon is in Aries, activating your 5th house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. The Moon in Aries brings emotional energy to your creative endeavors and personal life. You may feel a strong urge to express yourself or engage in fun, spontaneous activities. This is a time when you may feel more emotionally connected to your hobbies, children, or romantic interests. You could be more impulsive in matters of love and creativity, so be mindful of acting too quickly or making rash decisions in these areas. Mercury is in Aquarius, influencing your 6th house of work, health, and daily routines. Mercury in your 6th house brings a sharp focus to your communication and thinking in relation to your daily activities. You may feel a stronger desire to organize, plan, and communicate about your work or health. This is an excellent time to have conversations about your goals or seek out information that can improve your routines. However, be cautious of overanalyzing or becoming too critical of yourself or others in the workplace or regarding health matters. Venus is in Pisces, influencing your 6th house of work, health, and daily routines. Venus in your 6th house enhances your ability to find beauty and harmony in your daily life. You may feel a greater sense of appreciation for your work environment or routine, and it's an excellent time to focus on making your surroundings more pleasant or improving your self-care practices. Venus encourages you to take care of yourself and find balance in your daily activities. However, Be cautious of overindulging in comfort or neglecting your long-term goals for short-term pleasure. Mars is in Gemini, activating your 9th house of higher education, travel, and philosophy. Mars in your 9th house brings a surge of energy to your intellectual and spiritual pursuits. You may feel driven to explore new ideas, engage in learning opportunities, or travel to expand your horizons. This is a time when you may take action toward personal growth, whether through education, philosophy, or exploring new cultures. However, be mindful of being too hasty or scattered in your pursuits. Make sure your actions align with your deeper values. Jupiter is in Taurus, influencing your 8th house of transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. Jupiter's presence in your 8th house brings growth and expansion to areas related to deep emotional connections, shared finances, or personal transformation. You may feel more optimistic about the potential for growth in these areas, and opportunities for financial growth, healing, or intimate connection may arise. However, be cautious of overextending yourself financially or becoming too idealistic about your relationships or shared resources. Saturn is in Pisces, continuing to influence your 6th house of work, health, and daily routines. Saturn's influence here brings a more serious and disciplined approach to your daily life. You may feel a sense of responsibility toward your work or health, encouraging you to focus on long-term stability and progress. This is a time to put in the necessary effort to improve your routines or health habits. However, Saturn can also bring a sense of limitation or restriction, so be mindful of feeling burdened by daily responsibilities or overcommitting yourself. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your 8th house of transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. Uranus in your 8th house continues to bring unexpected changes or insights into your relationships, finances, or personal transformation. You may experience sudden breakthroughs or shifts in your understanding of intimacy, shared resources, or power dynamics in relationships. This is a time to embrace change and openness in these areas, but be prepared for the unexpected. Uranus can bring surprises that challenge your assumptions about trust or finances. Neptune is in Pisces, activating your 6th house of work, health, and daily routines. Neptune's presence in your 6th house enhances your intuition and creativity in relation to your daily life. You may feel more inspired to approach your work or health in a spiritual or holistic way. This is a time when you could gain insights or inspiration that help improve your routines or approach to self-care. However, be mindful of confusion or escapism. Make sure you stay grounded and avoid idealizing your work or health habits to the point of neglect. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your 4th house of home, family, and emotional foundations. Pluto's ongoing influence on your 4th house brings deep transformation to your home life, family dynamics, and emotional foundations. You may feel a powerful drive to change your living situation, family relationships, or emotional patterns. This is a time for confronting any emotional baggage or family issues that may need healing. However, Pluto's energy can also bring intense emotional experiences, so be mindful of power struggles or control issues within your home life. In summary, March 2nd brings a focus on your daily routines, work, and health, Libra. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your 6th house, urging you to focus on self-care and finding harmony in your daily life. The Moon in Aries energizes your 5th house of creativity and romance, prompting you to take action in matters of love and self-expression. Mercury in Aquarius enhances your communication in work and health matters, while Mars in Gemini energizes your intellectual pursuits and desire for personal growth. Jupiter in Taurus brings opportunities for growth in shared resources and intimacy, while Saturn in Pisces encourages discipline in your daily routines. Uranus in Taurus continues to bring unexpected changes in your relationships and shared resources, and Neptune in Pisces enhances your intuition in work and health. Pluto in Capricorn continues to transform your home life and emotional foundations. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd, Scorpio. Let's examine the planetary positions and how they impact you today. The Sun is in Pisces, influencing your 5th house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. With the Sun in your 5th house, today shines a light on your creative endeavors, hobbies, and romantic life. You may feel more inspired to express yourself through art, performance, or playful activities. This is a time to embrace your passions and indulge in activities that bring you joy and pleasure. In romance, you may feel a desire to connect deeply with your partner or explore new avenues of affection. However, be mindful of idealizing or over-romanticizing situations, as Pisces energy can sometimes blur boundaries. The Moon is in Aries, activating your 4th house of home, family, and emotional foundations. The Moon in Aries brings emotional energy to your home and family life. You may feel an urge to take action or make changes in your living environment or family dynamics. This is a good time to focus on your emotional security, whether that means tackling home projects, addressing family issues, or simply finding ways to nurture yourself in your personal space. However, be cautious of being too impulsive or reactive in your emotional responses. Mercury is in Aquarius, influencing your 5th house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. Mercury in your 5th house brings an intellectual focus to your creative projects and romantic pursuits. You may feel the need to communicate your ideas, whether through writing, art, or conversation, to express your inner world. This is a good time for brainstorming new creative projects or having stimulating conversations with your partner. However, Mercury in Aquarius can make you come across as detached or overly analytical in matters of love, so be mindful of striking a balance between intellectual and emotional expression. Venus is in Pisces, influencing your 5th house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. Venus in your 5th house brings a soft, romantic energy to your creative and romantic pursuits. You may feel more drawn to romantic gestures or finding beauty in your hobbies. This is a time to enjoy the finer things in life, whether that's indulging in artistic expression, spending quality time with a partner, or enjoying the company of loved ones. Venus encourages you to find joy and harmony in your creative efforts. However, be cautious of becoming too idealistic in love or neglecting practical aspects of your relationships. Mars is in Gemini, activating your 8th house of transformation, shared resources, and intimacy. Mars in your 8th house brings a burst of energy to deep emotional and financial matters. You may feel a strong desire to confront emotional issues or make significant changes in your personal relationships or financial situation. This is a time to be proactive about resolving any power struggles, intimacy issues, or shared financial concerns. However, be cautious of being too forceful or dominant in these areas, as Mars energy can sometimes bring conflict or tension. Jupiter is in Taurus, influencing your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Jupiter in your 7th house brings expansion and growth to your relationships. You may find that new opportunities arise in your partnerships, whether they are romantic, business, or close friendships. This is a time to seek balance and harmony in your one-on-one connections, as Jupiter encourages mutual growth and understanding. However, be mindful of overextending yourself in relationships or becoming too idealistic about what you want from others. Saturn is in Pisces, continuing to influence your 5th house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. Saturn's energy in your 5th house brings a more serious and disciplined approach to your creative and romantic life. You may feel a sense of responsibility to nurture your creative talents or commit to a romantic relationship. This is a time to focus on long-term stability and growth in matters of love and creativity. However, Saturn can also bring limitations or restrictions, so be mindful of feeling blocked or frustrated in these areas. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Uranus in your 7th house continues to bring unexpected changes or disruptions to your relationships. You may experience sudden breakthroughs or shifts in your understanding of your partnerships, or there may be surprises in your romantic or business connections. This is a time to embrace flexibility and openness in relationships, as Uranus encourages innovation and individuality. However, Be prepared for the unexpected, as Uranus can shake up your sense of stability in these areas. Neptune is in Pisces, activating your fifth house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. Neptune in your fifth house enhances your intuition and creativity in matters of love and self-expression. You may feel more spiritually connected to your creative pursuits or experience a deeper sense of compassion in your romantic life. This is a time to explore your creative potential and express yourself freely. However, Neptune can also bring confusion or illusions, so be cautious of idealizing your relationships or creative projects to the point of neglecting reality. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your third house of communication, learning, and short trips. Pluto's ongoing influence on your third house brings deep transformation to your communication style and your approach to learning. You may feel a strong desire to communicate your ideas with intensity or to explore new, transformative knowledge. This is a time to dive into deep conversations or to engage in intellectual pursuits that challenge your current understanding. However, Pluto can also bring power struggles in communication, so be mindful of being too controlling or forceful in your conversations. In summary, March 2nd brings a focus on creativity, romance, and relationships, Scorpio. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your fifth house of creativity and romance, encouraging you to express yourself and connect with others on a deep, emotional level. The Moon in Aries energizes your fourth house of home and family, prompting you to take action in your personal life. Mercury in Aquarius sharpens your communication and intellectual focus on creativity and romance, while Mars in Gemini energizes your eighth house of transformation and intimacy. Jupiter in Taurus expands opportunities in your partnerships, while Saturn in Pisces brings structure and discipline to your creative and romantic pursuits. Uranus in Taurus continues to bring unexpected shifts in your relationships, and Neptune in Pisces enhances your creativity and intuition. Pluto in Capricorn continues to transform your communication and learning style. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd, Sagittarius. Let's explore the planetary positions and how they impact you today. The Sun is in Pisces, influencing your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. With the Sun in your fourth house, today brings a focus on your home life and emotional security. You may feel a stronger desire to nurture your family or create a more peaceful and harmonious living environment. This is a time to reflect on your emotional foundations and assess whether your home life aligns with your deeper needs. The Sun encourages you to take care of your personal space, but be cautious of becoming too emotionally attached or overly focused on home matters at the expense of your career or external obligations. The Moon is in Aries, activating your third house of communication, learning, and short trips. The Moon in Aries brings emotional energy to your thoughts, ideas, and communication. You may feel more expressive and spontaneous in your conversations or want to engage in new learning experiences. This is a good time to share your ideas with others, connect with your community, or take short trips that stimulate your mind. However, be mindful of acting impulsively or getting too carried away in your discussions, as the Aries moon can encourage rash decisions. Mercury is in Aquarius, influencing your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. Mercury in your fourth house brings a more intellectual and communicative focus to your home life and family matters. You may feel the need to have important conversations about your living situation, family dynamics, or emotional well-being. This is a time to reflect on your childhood, your roots, or to connect with family members in a more thoughtful, analytical way. However, Mercury in Aquarius can also bring a detached or objective approach to emotional matters, so be cautious of coming across as distant or too logical when dealing with family concerns. Venus is in Pisces, influencing your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. Venus in your fourth house enhances your desire for beauty, comfort, and harmony in your home life. You may feel more inclined to beautify your living space or connect with loved ones in a nurturing way. This is an excellent time to enjoy the comforts of home and engage in loving activities with family members. Venus encourages peace and emotional warmth, but be mindful of idealizing your home situation or romanticizing your family dynamics, as Pisces energy can blur the lines between reality and fantasy. Mars is in Gemini, activating your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Mars in your 7th house brings a burst of energy and action to your one-on-one connections. You may feel a strong desire to assert yourself in your relationships, whether they are personal or professional. This is a time when you may take the lead in negotiations, discussions, or collaborations. However, be cautious of power struggles or conflict arising from a tendency to be overly assertive or competitive in your interactions. Find balance between independence and cooperation. Jupiter is in Taurus, influencing your 6th house of work, health, and daily routines. Jupiter in your 6th house brings expansion and growth to your daily life, work, and health. You may experience opportunities for progress in your job or find ways to improve your health and self-care routines. This is a time when you could benefit from making adjustments that lead to long-term success in your daily life. However, be mindful of overindulgence or taking on too much at once. Jupiter's expansive energy can encourage you to stretch your boundaries, but it's important to avoid overcommitting or neglecting self-care. Saturn is in Pisces, continuing to influence your 4th house of home, family, and emotional foundations. Saturn's influence in your 4th house brings a more serious, disciplined approach to your home life and family matters. You may feel a strong sense of responsibility toward your family or your living situation. This is a time to focus on creating long-term stability and security in your home environment. However, Saturn can also bring limitations or restrictions, so be mindful of feeling burdened by family obligations or feeling like you are carrying too much responsibility in your personal life. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your 6th house of work, health, and daily routines. Uranus in your 6th house continues to bring unexpected changes or innovations to your daily life and work routines. You may experience sudden breakthroughs or disruptions in your job, health habits, or daily routines. This is a time to embrace flexibility and adaptability, as Uranus encourages you to think outside the box and make unconventional changes to improve your daily life. However, be prepared for the unexpected, as Uranus can bring surprises that challenge your established routines. Neptune is in Pisces, activating your 4th house of home, family, and emotional foundations. Neptune's energy in your 4th house enhances your intuition and sensitivity toward your family and home life. You may feel more spiritually connected to your roots, your living environment, or your family members. This is a time to focus on creating a peaceful, harmonious home environment that nurtures your emotional well-being. However, Neptune can also bring confusion or illusions, so be cautious of idealizing your home situation or ignoring practical matters in favor of emotional fantasy. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your 2nd house of finances, possessions, and self-worth. Pluto's ongoing influence on your 2nd house continues to bring deep transformation to your financial situation, material possessions, and sense of self-worth. You may feel compelled to reassess your values, your approach to money, or your relationship with material security. This is a time for letting go of outdated financial habits or beliefs that no longer serve you. However, Pluto's intense energy can also bring power struggles or issues of control around money or possessions, so be mindful of becoming too attached to material security. In summary, March 2nd brings a focus on your home life, work routines, and relationships, Sagittarius. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your 4th house of home and family, encouraging you to create harmony and nurture your emotional foundations. The Moon in Aries energizes your 3rd house of communication and learning, prompting you to take action in your intellectual pursuits or share ideas. Mercury in Aquarius enhances your communication in family matters, while Mars in Gemini energizes your 7th house of relationships, urging you to assert yourself in your partnerships. Jupiter in Taurus expands opportunities in your work and health routines, while Saturn in Pisces encourages discipline and responsibility in your home life. Uranus in Taurus continues to bring unexpected changes in your daily routines, and Neptune in Pisces enhances your intuition in family matters. Pluto in Capricorn continues to transform your financial situation and sense of self-worth. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd, Capricorn. Let's take a look at the planetary positions and how they influence you today. The Sun is in Pisces, influencing your third house of communication, learning, and short trips. With the Sun in your third house, today brings a focus on how you express yourself and share information with others. You may feel a greater need to communicate your ideas, learn new things, or engage in short travels that stimulate your mind. This is a time to connect with your immediate environment, whether through conversation, learning, or brief trips. However, be mindful of becoming too scattered in your thoughts, as Pisces energy can sometimes bring confusion or lack of clarity. The Moon is in Aries, activating your second house of finances, possessions, and self-worth. The Moon in Aries brings emotional energy to your financial situation and sense of self-worth. You may feel more impulsive or motivated to take action regarding your finances or material possessions. This is a time to assess your values and what truly makes you feel secure. However, be cautious of rushing into financial decisions or making impulsive purchases, as Aries energy can lead to hasty actions. Mercury is in Aquarius, influencing your third house of communication, learning, and short trips. Mercury in your third house sharpens your mental clarity and communication skills. You may feel a strong desire to engage in intellectual discussions, share your ideas, or learn something new. This is a good time to seek out knowledge, have meaningful conversations, or take short trips that broaden your perspective. However, be mindful of being overly detached or impersonal in your communication, as Aquarius energy can sometimes make you seem distant or too focused on logic. Venus is in Pisces, influencing your third house of communication, learning, and short trips. Venus in your third house brings a gentle, creative energy to your thoughts and expressions. You may feel a desire to connect with others in a more harmonious or artistic way. This is an excellent time for creative writing, poetry, or engaging in conversations that bring beauty and emotional connection. Venus encourages you to seek peace and pleasure in your interactions, but be cautious of idealizing situations or people, as Pisces energy can sometimes cloud your judgment. Mars is in Gemini, activating your sixth house of work, health, and daily routines. Mars in your sixth house brings a burst of energy to your work life and daily habits. You may feel driven to tackle tasks, improve your health, or find more efficient ways to organize your day. This is a time when you can channel your energy into productive activities that support your long-term well-being. However, be cautious of burning out or becoming too scattered in your efforts, as Mars energy can sometimes lead to impatience or frustration. Jupiter is in Taurus, influencing your fifth house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. Jupiter in your fifth house brings growth and expansion to your creative projects and romantic life. You may feel more optimistic about expressing yourself creatively, enjoying romantic relationships, or engaging in playful activities. This is a time when you can explore new hobbies, passions, or experiences that bring you joy. However, be mindful of overindulgence or excessive optimism in matters of love and creativity, as Jupiter's expansive energy can sometimes lead to unrealistic expectations. Saturn is in Pisces, continuing to influence your third house of communication, learning, and short trips. Saturn in your third house brings a more serious, disciplined approach to your thoughts and communication. You may feel the need to organize your ideas, set clear boundaries in conversations, or focus on learning something that requires long-term commitment. This is a time to be more structured in your approach to communication and intellectual pursuits. However, Saturn's energy can sometimes bring feelings of restriction or frustration, so be patient and persistent in your efforts to clarify your thoughts and ideas. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your fifth house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. Uranus in your 5th house continues to bring unexpected changes or innovations to your creative pursuits and romantic life. You may experience sudden insights or breakthroughs in how you express yourself creatively or in your relationships. This is a time to embrace unconventional ideas and explore new ways of connecting with others. However, be prepared for surprises or disruptions in your romantic life or creative projects, as Uranus can bring unpredictable shifts. Neptune is in Pisces, activating your 3rd house of communication, learning, and short trips. Neptune in your 3rd house enhances your intuition and imagination in your thinking and communication. You may feel more inspired to express yourself through art, poetry, or other creative outlets. This is a time to trust your instincts and explore your deeper thoughts and feelings. However, be cautious of confusion or misunderstanding in your interactions, as Neptune's energy can sometimes blur the lines between reality and fantasy. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your 1st house of self, identity, and personal expression. Pluto's ongoing influence on your 1st house continues to bring deep transformation to your sense of self and how you present yourself to the world. You may feel a powerful urge to reinvent yourself or confront parts of your identity that no longer serve you. This is a time for personal growth and shedding old layers that hold you back. However, Pluto's energy can also bring intensity or power struggles, so be mindful of trying to control or dominate situations in your personal life. In summary, March 2nd brings a focus on communication, creativity, and personal transformation, Capricorn. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your 3rd house of communication and learning, encouraging you to express yourself and connect with others in a more creative, harmonious way. The Moon in Aries energizes your 2nd house of finances and self-worth, prompting you to take action in matters related to money and security. Mercury in Aquarius sharpens your intellectual focus on communication, while Mars in Gemini boosts your energy in work and health routines. Jupiter in Taurus brings expansion to your creative and romantic life, while Saturn in Pisces encourages structure and discipline in your thoughts and interactions. Uranus in Taurus continues to bring unexpected changes in your creative expression, and Neptune in Pisces enhances your intuition in communication. Pluto in Capricorn continues to transform your sense of self and personal identity. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd, Aquarius. Let's take a look at the planetary positions and how they influence you today. The Sun is in Pisces, influencing your 2nd house of finances, possessions, and self-worth. With the Sun in your 2nd house, today brings a focus on your material security and values. You may feel the need to evaluate your financial situation or reflect on what truly brings you a sense of security. This is a good time to take stock of your resources, whether it's money, possessions, or talents. However, be mindful of idealizing your financial prospects or becoming overly focused on material pursuits, as Pisces energy can sometimes blur the lines between reality and fantasy. The Moon is in Aries, activating your 1st house of self, identity, and personal expression. The Moon in Aries brings emotional energy to your sense of self and how you present yourself to the world. You may feel a strong desire to assert your individuality, take initiative, or act on your impulses. This is a time when you may be more assertive or spontaneous in your actions, making it an ideal moment to pursue personal goals. However, be cautious of acting too impulsively or rashly, as Aries energy can sometimes lead to hasty decisions that lack long-term consideration. Mercury is in Aquarius, influencing your 2nd house of finances, possessions, and self-worth. Mercury in your 2nd house brings a sharp, intellectual focus to your financial situation and material resources. You may feel compelled to analyze your spending habits, look for ways to improve your financial situation, or reassess what you value most. This is a good time for strategic thinking, whether it's about budgeting, investments, or evaluating your relationship with money. However, be mindful of overanalyzing or becoming too detached from your emotions when it comes to financial matters. Venus is in Pisces, influencing your 2nd house of finances, possessions, and self-worth. Venus in your second house brings a more harmonious and attractive energy to your financial situation. You may find opportunities for growth or pleasure through your possessions, talents, or material endeavors. This is a good time to appreciate the things that bring you comfort and to nurture your sense of self-worth. However, be cautious of overindulgence or the temptation to spend impulsively, as Pisces energy can sometimes encourage idealistic or unrealistic views on money and possessions. Mars is in Gemini, activating your fifth house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. Mars in your fifth house brings an energetic, passionate focus to your creative pursuits, love life, and hobbies. You may feel driven to express yourself more boldly through art, performance, or romantic endeavors. This is a time when you can be proactive about pursuing your passions, whether they are creative, recreational, or romantic. However, be cautious of becoming too impulsive or competitive in your approach to love or creativity, as Mars energy can sometimes bring conflict or frustration. Jupiter is in Taurus, influencing your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. Jupiter in your fourth house brings expansion and growth to your home life and family dynamics. You may experience opportunities to improve your living situation, deepen your emotional connections with family members, or find new ways to create a sense of security and comfort at home. This is a time when your emotional foundations can be strengthened, but be mindful of overextending yourself or becoming too optimistic about what you can realistically achieve in your home life. Saturn is in Pisces, continuing to influence your second house of finances, possessions, and self-worth. Saturn in your second house brings a disciplined, responsible approach to your financial matters and material security. You may feel a sense of duty to improve your financial situation, set long-term goals, or commit to creating a more stable foundation for yourself. This is a time to focus on practical steps that will lead to lasting financial stability. However, Saturn can sometimes bring feelings of restriction or limitation, so be patient and persistent in your efforts. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. Uranus in your fourth house continues to bring unexpected changes or innovations to your home and family life. You may experience sudden shifts in your living situation, family dynamics, or emotional foundations. This is a time to embrace flexibility and adaptability in your home life, as Uranus encourages you to think outside the box and make unconventional changes. However, be prepared for surprises or disruptions that challenge your sense of stability in your personal life. Neptune is in Pisces, activating your second house of finances, possessions, and self-worth. Neptune in your second house enhances your intuition and sensitivity toward your material resources. You may feel a deeper connection to the things you value, whether that's money, possessions, or talents. This is a time to trust your intuition in financial matters, but be cautious of becoming too idealistic or unrealistic about your material situation, as Neptune's energy can sometimes blur the lines between fantasy and reality. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your 12th house of the subconscious, hidden matters, and spirituality. Pluto's ongoing influence on your 12th house continues to bring deep transformation to your inner world and spiritual life. You may feel compelled to confront hidden fears, unresolved emotional baggage, or unconscious patterns that are limiting your growth. This is a time for deep inner work, healing, and letting go of anything that no longer serves your spiritual or emotional well-being. However, Pluto's intense energy can sometimes bring emotional intensity or power struggles with yourself, so be patient and compassionate during this transformative process. In summary, March 2nd brings a focus on your finances, home life, and self-expression, Aquarius. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your second house of material resources, encouraging you to reflect on your values and financial situation. The Moon in Aries energizes your first house of self and identity, prompting you to take action and assert your individuality. Mercury in Aquarius sharpens your intellectual focus on your financial matters, while Mars in Gemini brings energy to your creative and romantic pursuits. Jupiter in Taurus expands opportunities in your home and family life, while Saturn in Pisces encourages discipline and responsibility in your financial situation. Uranus in Taurus continues to bring unexpected changes in your home life, and Neptune in Pisces enhances your intuition in matters of self-worth. Pluto in Capricorn continues to transform your inner world and spiritual life. Welcome to your astrology forecast for March 2nd, Pisces. Let's explore the planetary positions and how they influence you today. The Sun is in Pisces, activating your first house of self, identity, and personal expression. With the Sun in your first house, today brings a focus on your personal identity and how you express yourself in the world. You may feel a stronger connection to your own desires, goals, and sense of purpose. This is a time to shine and take the lead in your own life. The Sun in Pisces encourages you to embrace your individuality and trust your intuition as you navigate the day. However, be mindful of getting too absorbed in your own world or becoming overly idealistic about your personal image. The Moon is in Aries, influencing your 12th house of the subconscious, spirituality, and hidden matters. The Moon in Aries brings emotional energy to your inner world and subconscious mind. You may feel a surge of energy to confront unresolved emotional issues or gain clarity on hidden fears and desires. This is a time when your intuition is heightened, and you may experience moments of emotional breakthrough or spiritual insight. However, be cautious of acting impulsively based on subconscious impulses or emotional triggers, as the Aries moon can sometimes fuel hasty actions. Mercury is in Aquarius, activating your first house of self, identity, and personal expression. Mercury in your first house enhances your ability to communicate and express yourself clearly. You may feel more intellectually curious or inspired to share your thoughts and ideas with others. This is a good time to engage in meaningful conversations or work on projects that reflect your personal interests and values. However, be cautious of becoming too detached or overly analytical in your approach to communication, as Aquarius energy can sometimes make you come across as impersonal or distant. Venus is in Pisces, influencing your first house of self, identity, and personal expression. Venus in your first house brings a gentle and magnetic energy to your personal appearance and interactions with others. You may feel more attractive, charming, and willing to express love and affection. This is a great time to focus on self-care, embrace your unique beauty, and connect with others in a compassionate way. However, be mindful of becoming overly idealistic or trying to please others at the expense of your own needs, as Pisces energy can sometimes blur boundaries. Mars is in Gemini, activating your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. Mars in your fourth house brings dynamic energy to your home life and family matters. You may feel the urge to take action in your living situation or address emotional issues related to your family or home. This is a good time to initiate change in your domestic life, whether it's redecorating, moving, or tackling unresolved family matters. However, be cautious of becoming too impulsive or combative when dealing with family dynamics, as Mars in Gemini can fuel conflicts if not handled carefully. Jupiter is in Taurus, influencing your third house of communication, learning, and short trips. Jupiter in your third house brings opportunities for growth and expansion in your intellectual pursuits, communication, and learning experiences. You may feel inspired to explore new ideas, take short trips, or engage in conversations that broaden your horizons. This is a time when you can expand your mind and share your knowledge with others. However, be mindful of overextending yourself or spreading your energy too thin, as Jupiter's expansive energy can sometimes lead to overconfidence or excess. Saturn is in Pisces, continuing to influence your first house of self, identity, and personal expression. Saturn's presence in your first house brings a more serious and disciplined approach to your personal identity and how you present yourself to the world. You may feel a sense of responsibility to establish a more grounded, structured version of yourself. This is a time to take practical steps toward achieving your goals, particularly in terms of self-improvement and personal growth. However, Saturn's energy can sometimes bring feelings of limitation or self-doubt, so be patient and persistent as you work toward building a solid foundation for your future. Uranus is in Taurus, influencing your third house of communication, learning, and short trips. Uranus in your third house continues to bring unexpected changes or breakthroughs in your communication style, learning processes, or interactions with your immediate environment. You may experience sudden insights or disruptions in how you share information, or perhaps new ways of thinking that challenge your previous beliefs. This is a time to embrace innovation and unconventional ideas, but be prepared for surprises or disruptions that could shake up your usual ways of thinking. Neptune is in Pisces, continuing to activate your first house of self, identity, and personal expression. Neptune's influence in your first house enhances your intuition, creativity, and spiritual connection to your sense of self. You may feel more spiritually attuned or drawn to explore your deeper inner world. This is a time to trust your instincts and follow your inner guidance as you navigate your personal journey. However, be cautious of becoming overly idealistic or escaping into fantasy, as Neptune's energy can sometimes blur the line between reality and illusion. Pluto is in Capricorn, influencing your 11th house of friendships, social groups, and long-term goals. Pluto's ongoing influence on your 11th house continues to bring transformation and power dynamics to your social life and aspirations. You may feel a deep desire to reform or transform your friendships, social connections, or even the way you view your long-term goals. This is a time for letting go of outdated connections or groups that no longer align with your values. However, Pluto's intensity can sometimes bring power struggles or confrontations, so be mindful of how you navigate your social circles and the groups you are involved with. In summary, March 2nd brings a focus on your self-expression, communication, and home life, Pisces. The Sun and Venus in Pisces highlight your first house of self, encouraging you to embrace your personal identity and connect with others in a loving, compassionate way. The Moon in Aries activates your 12th house, encouraging emotional breakthroughs and spiritual insights, but be cautious of acting too impulsively. Mercury in Aquarius sharpens your communication, while Mars in Gemini energizes your home and family life. Jupiter in Taurus brings opportunities for growth in communication and learning, while Saturn in Pisces encourages discipline in your personal development. Uranus in Taurus continues to bring surprises in how you learn and communicate, while Neptune in Pisces enhances your intuition. Pluto in Capricorn continues to transform your social life and long-term goals.